guy. Um, well, everything. I think there's a lot of things about just the Indy 500 itself is I can't even compare it to anything in motorsports that I've ever witnessed. But just watching how I had grew up my entire life watching Indy and the Indy 500 on television, and so and being that far removed from it, I had no real understanding of the aerodynamic and mechanical challenges that the cars are going through, the drivers are dealing with in the race. You thought that, well, they just hold them wide open, and if they can't hold them wide open, they put more wing in it, and then they hold it wide open. But when I came down there and sat on the pit box at the end of turn one and watched them start practicing and heard the exhaust pops and all the things, I was like, wow, they're really, challenged to try to make the cars handle. And I was taken aback by how much discrepancy there was in the field in terms of a great driving car and a bad driving car. I never really had been faced with that reality before in any television broadcast that I've watched as a kid and a teenager growing up. So that was pretty interesting. That was probably the first thing that I learned right away, was there's a lot more to it than just pure speed and stacking all the downforce in that you can and going around there as fast as you can and drafting and passing. And I mean, it's a handful for the drivers, and then also throwing the wind in there and how that can affect a car. It's a little bit unique to IndyCar versus what we know in NASCAR. So, but I mean, everything. I walked, just standing there and looking at the cars going through tech, it was like standing next to a spaceship. It was fascinating.